Well, good morning, everybody. Finally got a beautiful sunrise this morning, not a cloud in the sky. So I finally got out for my steps today. But uh, I'm going to tell you another insurance story. That's right, another insurance story where the couple and everybody seem to do everything right, and the couple is on the verge of bankruptcy. So we have a couple, and they won a Norwegian cruise. It was a free cruise. Not sure what the free cruise was all about, if it was a casino offer thing or if it was something they won, but it was apparently a free cruise. And it all started off wonderful when they got on board, and then things turned for the worse, where one of the gentlemen ended up getting the flu on board and had to go down to medical treatment downstairs, where he was hooked up to IV and apparently even had catheters in him and things like that. For the flu? You need a catheter for the flu? Normally, when you have the flu, that's the first thing coming out of you, right? Is both ends. So I don't know, but the doctors are more informed than I am, I would imagine. But while he was there, he kept on saying, "Well, how is this? What is this going to cost?" and things like that. And they kept on saying, "Well, don't worry, because you purchased the Norwegian insurance." They had Norwegian's travel insurance, which covers $20,000 of medical expenses. So they said, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry your pretty little head about it, sir." And so all of a sudden, when they're getting off the ship, they had noticed that their credit cards had been maxed out to the tune of $20,000. They charged each of their cards to total of $20,000. And they went, "Oh my God, well, that's the amount of our insurance. So we should get our insurance money back." But then they also noticed that that wasn't the end of the bill. The bill was $47,000 for 3 days of treatment on board the ship for the flu. Now, I have never, ever heard of a shipboard bill to that extent and that amount that didn't involve a medical evacuation. And a medical evacuation like by helicopter or by boat, not just pulling into dock and an ambulance taking you away. I'm talking like severe medical evacuation. $47,000, which means they still owe $27,000. So they've tried to put in the $20,000 to the Norwegian insurance, and Norwegian insurance said, "Not so fast. We're not going to pay this until you put it through your healthcare provider insurance first," which they've now done. Also, because they were hoping that Norwegian would pay half, and then they'd get half from their own provider. And their own provider saying, "No, we don't want to pay because this was on foreign soil. It's not on U.S. soil. So we're not obligated to pay your insurance for travel." And so this couple now has had $20,000 go on their credit cards, which they owe, and the interest is accruing every single day. They also have $27,000 that they still owe the cruise line, and that interest is going up every day. They did get a letter when they questioned the bill from Norwegian saying that our prices are right in line with all the other cruise lines, and we seem to be that the prices and the charges on your bill are fair and reasonable. Give me a break. $47,000 for the treatment of a flu on board. I don't know about you, but I don't find those charges reasonable at all. Um, I've been on a cruise where a friend of mine came down with the gastronomical illness on board, similar to a flu, had to be hooked up to IV and everything overnight, and his bill was $1,300. So what's the extra $46,000 for? I don't under. Is it supposedly 24-hour watch Did a nurse sit by him for 24 hours a day? I don't know what the charges are. I don't get it. And even when the news stations who are now getting involved in this has questioned Norwegian, they have yet to reply, other than to say they're looking into these charges to see if these are standard prices for treatment of a flu. I'm going to tell you right now, those are not standard prices. There's no way a bill on board, unless you are, having a heart attack and needed x-rays, and they're doing blood samples every day, and they're sending, multiple doctors in to fix you every single day. There's no way this bill should be $47,000. It is unheard of to be sick for 3 days and get a $47,000 bill on your. Even the nurses and them on board did not expect this bill to be that much, because they kept on saying the $20,000 insurance is going to cover it. Don't worry about it. You're fine. That's why you have the insurance. Well, great. Well, maybe Norwegian, you got to up your insurance then. Maybe your insurance has got to cover $100,000 if just 3 days of your medical treatments cost $47,000. Maybe if you're selling insurance that doesn't cover basic flu on your ship, then you're selling improper insurance. You need to up your game. That is beyond ridiculous. So now this couple has gone home. Their insurance won't pay for it. Norwegian's insurance hasn't been paying for it. And the interest is growing every single day to the tune of, $1,000 a month is going to accumulate on credit cards and what they owe them. They're on the verge of saying that they might need to declare bankruptcy. They're scared they may lose their home. They may lose their cars. And the worst part of this whole story is they bought the cruise line insurance that is supposed to protect them from situations like this. Now, to be fair, the insurance has the basic medical coverage, but it also has evacuation insurance. So had they been evacuated to a hospital, that evacuation would kick in, right? And then you have your medical coverage after that of the $20,000. But they didn't evacuate them. They kept them on the ship. And unless they performed surgery on the ship and life-saving, blood transfusions, and, hooked them up to EKGs, and they had to restart his heart and things like that, there's no way this bill should have been $47,000. No way on earth. I understand that cruise lines have to, for pills and keeping supplies and keeping the doctors, they have to charge, a rate increase. But tell me this. How much do you think being treated by your doctor at home for for a flu for 3 days comes anywhere close to $47,000? Do you think this is a ripoff? Do you think they are just ridiculous? And what do you think about their insurance not even covering a flu on their cruise ship? Does he think something has to be done? I certainly do. And if this goes across all cruise lines, and this is actually a reasonable and fair amount of money, oh my God, I'm thankful I have my own lifetime insurance that I take out year round, besides the cruise insurance I take out besides that. Because as you can see, these folks may lose their home and car, even though they thought they did everything right. Where they won a free cruise, and they may lose their home because of it. Well, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.